Hello and welcome once again to yet another video, Redona Designs. I'm your host Ridi Kokwemba, and today we're going to be designing a carport. So for all of you out there who have project cars, you have a car where you need a body kit or a body part, and that part is kind of difficult to source, or maybe you just want to make one for your own. So this is actually, I'll just take you through the process of how you can achieve the same. So you can use any software. I just want you to get the essence of how I come up with the design. And my software of choice is SolidWorks, but as I said, just get the flow. You can use this approach in very many other softwares out there. So first things first, you of course get the picture of your vehicle and the general region where you want to design about. You want to design around. So once you get it, you scale the picture based on, you need to have some measurements. So in my case, I had a measurement from the tip of the two headlights at the bottom. I just had that measurement. I think it was coming to around 712 millimeters at the bottom. So you use that as the scale to scale your picture. And then after that, you try and center your picture as center as possible. So I took the origin and then had made a center line, and then now tried to center the picture as closely as I could to the center. So I use this emblem and the top of this grill, rather the bonnet, to estimate where the center is. So that is quite critical because most of these things that you're going to be designing are going to be bilaterally symmetrical. So you don't really need to design the whole part as a whole. You can just design half of it and then now move on to reflect it or mirror it onto the other side. So after bringing the sketch in and drawing the lines, and this is another thing, main reason why mostly you might want to use the sketch picture, the sketch picture as a way of designing, or using a picture to design, will be to capture such shapes. You cannot, it's very hard for you to actually just get such organic shapes from circles or arcs. So I actually used a lot of splines to capture these shapes. And then as you can see, I'm not just using one continuous spline. You can just break it off and then they can interact. Like this is one swoop, because I use this side, you use this one swoop, and then where they meet the center line, make sure where they meet the center line, they're actually horizontal. You really need that, because when you reflect it onto this other side, you don't want a bump where they meet. So you need to make sure that it is actually tangent to this other side, so that the transition is quite smooth. Yeah, so as you can see, this one spline, this is another spline, and then there's another spline that swoops from this side. So after getting these splines, you now trim them off. Yeah, so after trimming them off, you now have one sketch for one side. That's where you now mirror it onto the other side. So like that, and you mirror it. So I'm going to hide the first sketch so that we're not confused by it. Yes, so after mirroring it, you can either extrude boss, or in my case I use sheet metal to get the main base of the sheet metal part. So after that, it's just a matter of now detailing it, because now we have the overall form. So the rest of it is just detailing. So on the detailing part of it, think that was a fillet to break the corners. And then yeah, so here it is. So this grill needs to be secured somehow to the vehicle, and that's where this pink sketch comes in place. And so this is part of the headlamp. It's a plastic part of the headlamp, And then I use these two holes to, you know, just give me somewhere where I can put something to secure it. So the initial idea that I had was to design some plastic part that can now be clipped onto, can be secured onto the grill and then clipped onto the headlights. So that's about that. And then now I use that green sketch, pink sketch, to now get the slots, to make the slots. So this is another thing, when you're prototyping, try and use slots as much as possible. Don't use fixed holes, because slots allow you some bit of wiggle room on either side. So if you have a hole, you know you're fixed, you need to commit. That's, you can start with the fillet, you can start with the slots, and then after you're sure about what you're doing, that's when you move on to now the holes. So the rest of it is just getting sketches and, you know, detailing everything down. And you can see now the grill has already started to take shape. This is just some series of slots that I used, and then, you know, use the sketch to offset the base, and then use that sketch now to cut through and get those perforations. And this is where now designing your own things has its advantage, because now I can choose any pattern. It's not just limited to this. I can choose to put my name on it. I can choose to, you know, now the possibilities of customization are just endless. So I think that's the main takeaway from there. But yeah, so this is essentially how I came up with the design, and it actually turned out quite good because it fit right the first time, and it's always a joy when it does that. So that's it for today. I'm showing you some pictures here. They're running on the screen on how the thing fit, and it was good. I powder coated it. I cut it using sheet metal. I think it was 1.2 millimeters, and then powder coated it and then fit it. So that's how it looked like. And thank you for joining me in this video, and be sure to hit the like, subscribe button. Will help us to push these videos to reach more people. And in case you're in need of such a thing, or if in case you need some customization, be sure to reach out in the comments. I'll be leaving my contacts. And yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers.